Good morning, happy Monday, and thank you for joining us here on Kirby News. This is Anchor Wu Xinghui, and today we'll be looking at some big news. So recently, BBC is doing a huge retrenchment due to the recession. We'll be sitting in on the presentation of a retrenchment model done by Econ and Confuse Consultancy that rumor says is the best and fairest model. So without further ado, let's hear from the staff of the consultancy as they explain the model to Big Boss Charlie of Big Company. Yes, Anchor Wu. Let's begin with the classification model that determines who should stay and who needs it. So here are the 7 factors used as our criteria, which will be shared shortly by me and my team members, Hui Ping and Hikma. So firstly, we consider those who have been issued a warning should be retrenched as this indicates their low performance and low customer satisfaction at work. Secondly, we consider the average peer evaluation rating by team members, which indicates how well the employees work in a team. A poor team player should be retrenched because company morale and working environment will be affected. So since average peer evaluation rating is one of the sole factors we take into account before retrenching a worker with no aid, we find it fair to use the bottom 10 percentile as the minimum criteria not to be retrenched with no aid. So employees in this percentile are having an average peer evaluation rating of 1.5 and below. We'll be giving those who perform at least 1.5 and above more consideration during the retrenchment progress. Therefore, the minimum requirement to be seen as an acceptable teamwork performance will be set as 1.5. Now I'll pass my time to Hui Ping.
Thank you, Xinghui. The next 2 factors that we will consider are firstly, failure to meet KPI. This could imply that a particular employee has lower efficiency and work capability. Employees with poor work performance shall be taken into consideration for retrenchment. Next, we will consider how long the employee has been with the company. The longer the employment, the stronger their loyalty, and they are less likely to be retrenched for their loyal service. The average years of employment among the employees are 9.67 years. Therefore, we will start considering the retrenchment action for those that are close to the average. Employees that have been working with the company for more than 8 years will be given a second thought during the retrenchment process. Now I'll be passing my time to Hikma.
Thank you, Hui Ping. Now we take a look at the 5th factor under consideration, which is the number of working adults in an employee's household. This criteria considers whether employees are the sole breadwinners in their family. If they are the only working adult in a family, the company believes that they deserve priority at receiving the financial aid. The next factor that we take into consideration is the monthly salary of employees. The lower the monthly salary of an employee, the more deserving they are of financial aid. For this criteria, we take the median instead of the mean or average because of the skewed distribution of employee monthly salary, giving a very high average of 5.5K. However, since the median of the monthly employee salary is still quite high at 5.6K, therefore we are using the median monthly income of Singapore in 2018, which is 3.8K. Therefore, any employee earning less than that amount is given priority for the financial aid. The last and 7th factor we consider important is whether the employees have children. Having children in their households most likely poses a heavier financial responsibility on the employees since these children do not work. Thus, they need more financial assistance in providing for their family. Now, I shall pass the time on to Don to explain our classification model.
Thank you, Hikma. Here's the classification model we use to determine who to retrench, who to give aid to, and how much aid. I will now break down this model step by step. Our team decided on the 3 most important factors as listed below to determine immediate retrenchment with no financial aid given. We felt that these factors were most important as they would have a direct impact on the company's performance. Hence, if any employees fail any one of these factors, they will be retrenched with no financial aid given. The next factor in our classification model will be the number of years the employee was with BBC. We felt that employees with no poor record and have more than 8 years with BBC should not be retrenched as their records reflect good performance and loyalty, which is best for the company to tide through this recession, since BBC would have a capable team who won't leave the company in tough times. Next, we look at the following 3 factors and largely follow the rule that if an employee hits all these 3 factors, they will not be retrenched. If 2 factors are fulfilled, employee will be retrenched with Big Help Financial Aid. Employees with 1 factor fulfilled will be retrenched with Big Help Financial Aid, and employees who do not hit a single factor will be retrenched with no financial aid given. We believe that this is fair as we start to look at how badly the employees need the job or aid after factoring in their value and past contribution to the company to decide their fates. We have gathered sentiments from the ground as well and received feedback from media corps who would be retrenched with no financial aid if our model was employed. Her appeal is that she has been with BBC for 14 years, has an outstanding KPI, and won an award. While our model may seem harsh in retrenching her with no financial aid given, we are also constrained by the fact that we have a huge number of employees to retrench with no financial aid given. Also, it is still a fair model as the warning is proof that she has not kept a consistently good performance, and it is best for the company to retrench her with no financial aid given, as we have to prioritize the company's survival during the recession by keeping only consistently high-performing staff. This is also fair for the rest of the employees whose job is contingent on the company's survival. I'll now hand over my time to Hui Bing.
Thank you, Don. Let us take a closer look at those who are allocated the big help financial aid. With only 10 interview slots to spare, our objective is to minimize the number of vacant slots so that Big Boss Charlie can meet as many as 10 employees. We will be prioritizing the employees with the least number of available slots. If they have more than one, we will allocate them their earliest slot, provided it has not been taken. Based on our VBA code, these are the 10 employees selected for the 10 slots. Now, Suen will be explaining our greedy rule.
Thank you, Hui Bin. Moving on, I'll be explaining why the greedy rule that we have used is the best and fairest. Firstly, I would like to address that we place some assumptions for the greedy rule. We assume that employees know that they are going to be retrenched and will be meeting with Big Boss Charlie to be interviewed for the big financial aid. Thus, we have decided to prioritize employees that have lesser available slots since they could be busy looking for other jobs. This would give them the opportunity to meet with Big Boss Charlie. Additionally, we have decided to give employees their earliest preferred vacant slots so that we can fill up all 10 slots quickly. This also allows us to clear the objective of minimizing the number of vacant slots to meet with Big Boss Charlie. However, one limitation is that this greedy rule will exclude individuals who have indicated more available slots. The chances of meeting with Big Boss Charlie would be very slim for them. Although this greedy rule might exclude individuals who have indicated more available slots, we will still go ahead with our greedy rule as it considers all possible factors that causes employees to have very little available slots. Hence, the greedy rule used is the best and fairest as we'll be choosing those who are facing other difficulties that will take up their time, resulting in lesser available slots. That is all from us at Con and Confused Consultancy.
Thank you, Con and Confused Consultancy. So that is all, folks. Thank you for tuning in to Kirby News once again. See you tomorrow.